meeting. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this book, which I have started through page 55. And I kind of thought when I first started reading this, first of all, do you guys love how super fast and easy each little page is? I love that because I get bored when I'm like looking at so much text. So I love that they give us a quick tip and then a little example. And I kind of felt like there was a theme for the first like 1 through 55. Like the big thing that came out for me is that on Instagram, the important thing is be uniquely you. So that is kind of what I want to stress in this first section. And I want this book study to be like an open forum where we can all kind of chat and talk about what we noticed on each thing. So I'll kind of just start out. So be uniquely you. Obviously, the photographs matter is one of the biggest takeaways I had from this first section. And I didn't really ever know that about Instagram before. I thought it was mostly just about the hashtags and the followers. But to get those valuable followers and people that are actually, wanting to see your content on a regular basis, it's all about the photograph. And I didn't know that. So since I read this first section, I read it I read it beginning of June, I think, when I was on vacation, and I have started improving my photos. And so that's been really good. He talked about, it's a he, right? Is the author a he? Because he or she's name is not right on the front cover for me. I don't know. The author of the book, or authors, talking about the lighting, the lines. Have you guys started experimenting at all with taking pictures a little bit differently that you're putting on? Tiffany, I've noticed you have on your Instagram. You're fine.
So yeah, sorry, I was unmuting. I have definitely strayed away from more personal stuff just to keep it streamlined into Color Street stuff, because I feel like if someone is coming to my page, they're coming for the nails, and they don't care what my kid looks like riding on his tricycle out on the sidewalk.
Yes.
It's adorable. That's not what they're coming to my page for.
Right. And so yes, exactly. And I love too, I just went to yours right before this because I was just reviewing and reflecting, and I was like, okay, I can totally see her style. And that's the other thing they talked about in these pages, is having kind of like a style that when someone comes to your Instagram and scrolls through all of your pictures, although they're all different, they all kind of have the same feel to them. So it should always be about the nail, but it should not be something that you have taken from like the graphics page. And I was always someone that would just be like, okay, I can screenshot this, post it on Instagram, put some hashtags on. But that's not kind of what the format of Instagram is. That platform of Instagram is all about unique photographs. It's all about the visual, actually. And so having a photograph, taking it multiple times, that was another thing that came up in this section. Taking it multiple times until you get that shot that you can crop and it'll really look good before you post it on Instagram was interesting to me, rather than just posting and posting and posting and posting. I really liked, I think it was page 14, keep it the same but different is kind of what I was just talking about. It's your own personal brand. So think about almost like a theme that your Instagram, like I was telling Tiffany, if you look at Tiffany Brazil's, you can see her exactly what I'm talking about. It's not like a theme, but you can see that it's all, hers looks totally different than mine, but hers looks so similar. All of her pictures look similar to her pictures. And then Marissa Hansen's another one that has a really great Instagram to follow. And you can see the same thing. We're all 3 nail stylists for Color Street. Our Instagrams look totally different.
Oh, there we go.
That's what this section was really stressing to me, is having it look different than everybody else's, but be you. Does that make sense? Let's see. One thing that I wanted to ask you guys about is what you thought about this. I highlighted in the book, avoid anything that speaks louder than the picture itself, like too many hashtags. I have always learned, actually, conflicting advice on that you should have as many hashtags as possible. And so, I mean, did you guys have any thoughts on that, on where you should just pick a couple hashtags and then move on?
I've found that I get more interaction based on the type of people I follow more than the hashtags I'm using.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I was literally just putting a million hashtags because I just wanted the chance that someone would click my photo if they were searching that hashtag. But really what this is about, and it made so much sense, is those are not valuable followers, because if you're hashtagging something random just because your nail is in the corner of a picture with the tip of a pencil and you put hashtag pencil, they're not necessarily looking for your content. So having them as a follower anyway wouldn't really be valuable. So again, finding followers that are similar to your ideal market is exactly what you want. And to do that, follow them first. So, okay, let me look what else I had in here. I really liked Unleash Your Inner Weirdo. I loved that one every time. Like, this is the one that I'm like, okay, I can be weird. I don't have to be like worried about what people are thinking about me, because on Instagram, everyone's weird. And if you want to be Instagram famous, you have to be weird. The weirder, the better. So I've started taking my nail pictures with weird things, because then I can maybe hashtag, like, Tiffany, you do this too. Then you hashtag that item because, you know, like, I don't know, if this was a Bud Light, it's not, it's a cup of water, but if it was a Bud Light and I have cute nails and I do hashtag Bud Light and I like Bud Light, maybe some other women might like it that also, you know what I mean? So that's different than just being like, hashtag tip of pencil. I don't know. So yeah, having weird photos.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hashtag banana nailfie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I was meeting with Tiffany a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, and I was like, you need those in every, it's genius. That is like your thing. It's genius. And that's kind of like what I got from reading every single page. All of it was about the photograph, being original, and having something that's going to stand out. Let me see.
Sorry, I'm mute.
So that's okay. So one thing, this is kind of backing up past the content, because the book kind of jumped into the content and then went to your profile. So you have to have a profile before you even start your content. And so making sure that your photograph is a good photo of you. It's your logo. So something that if it's your Color Street business Instagram, you know, people want to see what you look like. It's not just, you know, a picture of Color Street nails, it's you too. Also using the campsite or the link tree so that you can get all of your links right on there. Oh, there's lots more people coming. Is a good idea. And for those of you that don't know what campsite or link tree is, those are just two separate websites you can go to and incorporate all of your links, such as your VIP page, your ordering link, maybe your sample request form, all on one link, since Instagram only allows you to have one link in your profile. Also on this same page that I'm looking on page 22, it's the start following the people that have similar accounts. So I would say you can follow Color Street people, but more following people that are in your ideal market. So I follow a lot of people that, a lot of fashion bloggers and a lot of people that like jewelry. So I search like Stella and Dot hashtags a lot. A lot of fashion ones. And I've noticed my increase in followers a lot that way. And those are women that are like me. So those are more quality followers than just some random guy that's going to happen to click on my page. See what I mean? Anything you guys want to say about any of that, about following people? Or
I did like their point about saying something in your handle about your profile. Like, what I changed mine. My profile name was just Tiffany.Brazil, but I did change it to Perfect Nails with Tiffany so that people know what they're clicking on.
yes, exactly. Yeah, so your handle, mine's perfectly unpolished with Jen. And that is different. You can have a personal Instagram too if you want to, and just kind of drop down the little arrow and switch back and forth. But most of your Color Street, if you want to use it for business, which is highly suggestible in today's market, Instagram platform is huge. So if you want to do that, I would suggest having two separate Instagrams if you're going to post a lot of personal things on there. Not to say you don't want it to be personal at all. You can't just have 1,000 pictures of nails. But Yeah. Okay.
I
Commenting.
keep getting, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Carrie.
No, I was just going to say, I keep getting like all these little teeny bopper girls. Like, I cannot get them off my page, which is fine, but I'm just like,
Hey, it
that's
could
how
be
you're feeling
worse.
about my nails.
I have creepy old men that I've had to block.
I just need to go through and clean house because it's a mess.
You're too sweet. What are you how are they following you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Look at your
I need
hashtag.
to be more risque or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Your ideal client needs to maybe be older than 13.
Yeah.
That's so funny. And you know, the thing about Instagram is we can't really control it. You don't want it to be private.
No.
We're using it for business, you know. So it is what it is. Think about those people that are Instagram famous and have like, 17 million followers. I'm sure those are not all quality followers, but they have gotten a lot of business. I don't know. I liked the page 24 commenting with care and replying with feedback to anybody that comments on your page or on your posts, because just like everything else that we've learned, it's always about the relationships, and it's hard on Instagram to build relationships. But if you can just have a substantive comment that you're replying back to, I've had someone then direct message me after that. I know Tiffany has people that have joined her team from Instagram, and I'm sure it's through some sort of back and forth conversation through the comments at first. Let's see.
I haven't had anybody comment except for like spammy, like follow me at blah blah. Like they just want me to follow them. You know what I mean? Like just the.
And I hadn't either and not like I'm like overflowing with them now yet, but until I started really making my photos, like there's only a couple photos I think I have any comments other than Color Street Stylist, but there are a few that'll say like, this is a great photo, or I really like the content of your page. And so that shows me I'm on the right track of really trying to get my foot like natural light. I've gone outside instead of just posting any old random picture of mine. You can even see if you follow my page, it's not great. But from the beginning of when I started Color Street to now, the pictures I've taken are totally different. Just because it is about it's kind of like taking a lesson in photography wouldn't be a bad idea. This page I really liked though, the Stay Focused, page 27. Research your topic, which ours would be Color Street, nail polish, nail health, using everything you can get your hands on, being an expert on your topic, and having that come across in your posts. And that's where I put a note in my book, knowledge and originality versus posting ads or other people's pictures. Even if someone else has a really good, unless it is like, oh my gosh, I need to like maybe try to do this one because I found this and it is like blowing it out of the water. I think just posting someone else's picture isn't really as valuable as posting your own. So any questions on that or like comments, or maybe you think differently?
I completely agree with that. Like, I want to see what that person's about that I'm following, not like random pictures from Google or something.
Yes. Or like a lot of, I don't know, like some people in LuLaRoe I used to follow, I didn't like if they said like flash sale tonight or like advertisements really. And this is really funny. You'll like this, Tiffany. On the breakout page, try to capture people's curiosity by doing something they're not used to seeing. Look what it says in my book. Can you read that?
Does it say banana nail?
Yeah, sure does. Sure does. But so think about when you're taking your nail pictures. I mean, the ones that I think are the most gorgeous are obviously the coffee cup ones but then think about maybe for a different purpose of having someone follow you other than just, wow, that's try to be outside a stylist's mind. Like what would be a really cool picture using your nails that somebody else other than a Color Street stylist would maybe want to follow? So think about that. I've been trying to like do my pictures in a weird way where you can't really tell what it is that I'm doing my nail fee with. I don't know.
One thing that I have also started doing, like if I want, like you said, that people posting like flash sale or something really doesn't attract your attention and you don't like that. Like if I post something, like a picture, I posted a picture of me with my husband's car. It does not go with the theme of my pictures. So like a week or two later, I'll delete it. because it doesn't go with the flow of pictures, but it brings a lot of attention that day.
Yes.
So, but to keep everything looking cohesive, I just go through and delete the ones that don't add value to my page 2 weeks later. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I think this page 33 was a really good, it's a really good idea for us in our business. Make a mini series, especially when you're showing the longevity of a specific manicure. I think it's interesting if someone stumbles across your page and they see multiple photos in different places of the same manicure. That shows them like, oh, these are really her nails. This is not just a picture that she got from somebody else, because look how many different places I see this. So that's an idea that I've been trying to incorporate from that. Let me see what else. Oh, this is a really good one for the photography thing. I learned this from a photographer friend, the rule of thirds. Not always centering your photo, because the eye is drawn more to something that's off center. So having your picture not necessarily be perfectly cropped in the center like it was going to be in a picture frame, but maybe off a little bit, and having something else interesting out in the distance or to the side is another tip that I thought was really good. And what else? I mean, really all these pages, I'm just flipping through. I have no highlighting on several of these because they're mostly all just about the pictures being you. You shining through in the pictures. Make your picture speak 1,000 words. Be a straight shooter. All of it is just about somehow incorporating you, what you believe, what you value, all through your same theme of what you're trying to communicate through your Instagram. So I think that for this time, before the next time, before we meet next time, I don't know when that's going to be, probably like next week. If you don't have an Instagram yet, I know many of you do, but other people watching or that are going to watch might not. So I want to give you like a little test. Task 1 is to create an Instagram if you don't have one that's for your business. Add followers by browsing based on your interest in your ideal client. Okay, so if you're not sure how to do that, you go into the search and you search hashtags. That would be something that you would be interested in, and find somebody that looks kind of like, not looks like you visually, but looks like you. They like the same things that you do. Maybe, you know, they're a mom, maybe they're into fashion, maybe they're into like something that you're into. But so find some followers by following them and giving them some genuine comments. And I'll do a post on this too. And then I want you to post a unique photo every day and see how your followers changes based on that in the next week. So a photo you take every day and see how your followers change. Okay. I'm like, you're all on a grid, and so you're all just like, what do you guys think about that? Do you have like, thinking about just this first page 1 through 5, are there any things that stood out to you or that you didn't agree with or that were questionable? What do you guys think? I love it. She's grabbing the book. I divided it up that way just based on, I felt like the whole pages 1 through 55 kind of all went together about just the content of what your photos should be like. So I think we all need to practice our photographing skills a little bit. Think about if you are scrolling through your Instagram and you already have one, what you can get rid of, and think about what is your like general feel of your Instagram. Is it bright? Is it more like a grainy type Instagram? Is it more of like a whimsical feel? Like, try to see if you have that kind of feel, and if it's all over the place, maybe think about what you would like it to look like. What is your personal style? How can you make it kind of look like that so that it is a cohesive Instagram? Also, feel free to look at, like I said, if you look at Tiffany's or Marissa Hanson's, you can see they definitely have a feel to their Instagram, and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I just need to get that banana on Instagram. I have not been brave enough to do it yet. I feel like they're going to think I'm weird.
They're not. They're going to think you're weird, and then your followers are going to go up because they're going to want to see the next one and the next one and the next one. That's exactly what it's about.
Okay. Tomorrow is gonna be a banana.
I'm telling you, the minute I saw that, and I think that you also take a minute when you post that and start explaining where that came from, because it comes from a place from the heart. You have 2 little monkeys at home, and that's how you started taking these banana selfies. They eat 10 bananas a day, you know? So I think you explained that, because Instagram is still relationship based. I've been following a couple people from just, I don't know, searching hashtags, and some of the ones that I find myself following have like this huge narrative every day that's like pulls at my heart, and so their picture catches my eye, but then it's the narrative that I really want to read. So that could be you as well. So I want us to try to see how our followers improve. So if you already do have an Instagram, write down how many followers you have now. And then if you don't have one, obviously your task is to create an Instagram. And I'll do a post with all of that on it so that you know what you're supposed to do. And obviously this is to help you. It's not for me. So if you don't do it, that's your own thing. And then we will look at what is the next. Also, when you're reading the next pages, which I don't know exactly how I'm going to divide these out yet, I'll let you know before tomorrow. Try to see if you can feel like one headline or theme like I found, because I think that's kind of what helps me when it's not just so much all at once. It's like, here's one thing that it all boils down to. Like this one, be uniquely you, is kind of what I boiled it down to. And that's my focus every time I put something on Instagram. I try to think, okay, is this me being me, and is it unique? So anything else before our timer kicks us off?
Yeah.
Hi, Betty.
Our babies are talking to each other.
I know.
We should just let them have the camera for a minute, right?